today I'm just going to be showing you guys this really cute, simple, sweet Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day look, or just a fun kind of pink flirty time. Okay, so right now I'm taking my NYX brow pomade and I'm just going over my brows with that. Little light strokes. I'd already started filling these in earlier, but I lost that footage, so oops. Yeah, I like to just line the top and the bottom a lot with this and then kind of fill it in randomly. And then I'll go back in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. And I'll just do little tiny strokes, pretending it's hairs. Okay, and now I'm taking my Maybelline Brow Fiber Volumizer. It's kind of like a brow gel, so it sets them, but it also adds color and some hair. Okay, now I'm just going under my brows with some concealer on a liner brush, and that just really makes them stand out, excuse me. And it's also good if you never pluck your eyebrows, like me, basically. Because you can just pretend that your eyebrows are super nicely waxed. Okay, now this is a really good tip if you're new to makeup and you really want that like cut a bitch kind of line. I used to do this, but I don't really need to anymore, but I figured I'd show it. You just take some tape and you make it a little less sticky by like putting it on the back of your hand, and then you take it from the edge of your eye to the tail of your eyebrow. Okay, I already primed my eyelids, but right now what I just did is I took a white shadow to just create a base, and now I'm going in with a light pink, and I'm just going all over the eyelid. And now I'm taking my Urban Decay I forgot what it's called, palette, and I'm going in with a very hot pink shade. And I'm taking that from the outside to the inside, kind of like a crease shadow, but more intense, like more space. Okay, now I'm just kind of blending the colors all together. Now I'm taking a white cream eyeshadow pencil, and I'm just like going over the lid just to create a nice base. And now I'm going in with my MAC pigment in gold, and I'm just kind of putting that over where I put the eyeshadow. And if you don't blend this in, this can create like a nice cut crease, but I'm gonna blend this in. This shadow is really great because you can build it up if you want to, but you can also just do like a very light gold dusty layer. I prefer to build it up. Okay, now I'm going back in with a black shadow, and I'm just kind of smudging along the outer V. And then I'm going in with a fluffier brush and I'm blending it into my crease. You don't have to do this step if you don't want the smoky eye. You can have a much sweeter look if you don't add the black, but the black also adds a lot of dimension, so. Okay, now I'm taking my liquid eyeliner and I'm just doing one line along the tape from the tail to my lash line, and then from there you kind of make a triangle with that line, and you don't have to worry too much because there's the tape, so you're always gonna have a clean line, but just try to make sure that they match in length and that it's smooth on top. Stretch break. Okay, now I've already primed my face, but make sure you do that before you do anything else. And then this is a liquid highlighter that I don't usually use, but it's nice to put it under foundation because it just gives a little glow from underneath. Okay, now I'm taking one of my favorite foundations that I wear on a daily basis usually, and I'm just doing little dots around my face. And then I'm taking this Real Techniques blender. I like it a lot more than a beauty blender because it has the flat edge and it's a lot cheaper. And I'm just pressing the foundation into my skin. I try to apply it a little heavier around the nose because I have a lot of redness there. And this foundation is really buildable, so. Okay, now I'm taking my concealer, and I'm doing little triangles to bring the focus down to my cheeks. Hi, Pearl. Okay. And then just kind of blending all that in. I also do it on the verge of my nose because that brings a little bit of a highlight because my concealer is lighter than the rest of my foundation, which it should be when you're doing under eye concealer. If you're doing spot concealer, you should have one that's the same color. Okay, now I'm taking my translucent powder and my dampened sponge, and I'm just dipping the sponge in the powder and placing that powder on my face. This is baking. It's really simple, but also, yeah, that's my favorite powder. I use that every day of my life. I don't even mess with other powders anymore. Okay, now I'm taking my bronzer and I'm just sculpting out the cheekbone. If you do a full face with a foundation and powder and stuff, it's good to add a little dimension back in because it's usually lost with the foundation. Okay, now I'm curling my eyelashes. And I'm putting on false eyelashes. Usually when I do this, I put mascara on before, but oh well. I think false eyelashes can really tie a look in, but they're also not super necessary if they make you uncomfortable. They take practice to learn to put on correctly. Also, my glue hasn't dried yet, so that's kind of gross. Whatever. Wiping all the powder off. I'm going in with a little bit of the hot pink that I used on the rest of my lid. And I'm just going under with that. And then I'm taking a blush and really just going from the apples of the cheeks up. Where you apply your blush really depends on your face shape. Mess around with it, see what looks best. Okay, now I'm taking my highlighter, and I'm really just going on all the high points of my face, my cheekbones, my nose. And I'm taking my MAC pigment in Vanilla, and I'm doing my eyeshadow highlight, so the very curve of my brow and the inside corner. Also, now I'm lining my lips with a ColourPop liner. I'm making an X right below the Cupid's bow. And then I'm taking my liquid lipstick from ColourPop in the same color, Dopey, and I'm just filling that all in. And then I'm going in with a darker shade from the same line and just doing the outer edges to bring some fullness to my lips. And I'm going in with a mascara and just doing my bottom lashes, which I would have done normally if I'd put mascara on before I did my lashes, but whatever. And I'm just combing out some stuck lashes. Okay, and that's the final look. Thanks for watching.